So week 2 of my human in the loop experiment on myself, and I had a big aha moment this week. So in the past, whenever I looked at designing systems or working those, you paid a lot of attention on very accurately mapping input data or output data from one system to input data to another system, vice versa, back and forth. And that makes a lot of sense because if you think of it, is if let's for imagine jobTitle is coming in and the system that outputs it the field as job_title, and the system that needs the field is jobTitle, one word. That breaks. But working with agents and LLMs and putting them in the middle, I'm not saying I don't have to worry about it, but I have to worry about it a lot less. So I can, for example, from one system, get all the information I need in one push it to an agent, and that then constructs the right format for system A, system B, system C, and it can be very agile and malleable. And that's a bit of a bonus, because a lot of times when in transformation work or in business process work or whatever, a lot of the inertia with making changes is to do with people going, oh, I'm going to have to remap this data, remap that data, remap that data. Is it really worth it? So there's a lot of inertia behind accepting that change because of the work it creates. But that is now potentially no longer true, because the superpower of LLMs is to be able to understand this data, remap it, and push it in, because we have some very robust structures for exchanging data. JSON as the main one, and they don't need to be taught that, they know it. So I found that was a really great realization. Maybe I'm late to the party. Maybe many of you are already doing it, but I thought this could be create self-healing data exchanges. Anyway, the other thing that is clearly emerging in my experiment, which is human in the loop. Can you create a solo media business? What do you need to surround yourself with? I have gone with Claude as the desktop app that connects with everything, because Anthropic have done a really good job of enabling MCP connections and actions. You can do that with OpenAI, but you need the Teams plan. And that kind of didn't make sense, because my experiment is how far can one person take themselves? So why would I pay for 2 licenses? But what I am going to keep is the Claude Pro and OpenAI Pro. I'm going to run them simultaneously because they give me different things. Big moment of questioning around using Asana, which we've got a subscription to, as the tool that helps me orchestrate all of this and pull it together. I think it's too rigid, and every time the change is made, you have to add a new field, and you have to think about it, especially when you're working quickly. But it's super important for me to have some kind of organization layer. So I kind of went with the idea of, well, hang on a minute, why don't I just push it into a flat file, and every work item is in there? And because LLMs can understand JSON, I can put connection objects in as JSON, and the LLM can make sense of all those work items for me and organize my work. So that was Monday's realization, and I spun up a proof of concept, got to Thursday, and it just really started working. So I'll share that in a separate video. But yeah, so I've now got one big flat file, and it knows everything that's going on. And it's structured but unstructured. It's structured in the sense that main things are in there, like title and so on, but unstructured in the sense that it'll take a column with just JSON data, but the JSON data is not rigidly structured. It can be in any shape as needed for each particular item. And that, again, gives flexibility because of the realization at the top of this sharing. And, one thing that has been validated is working with these tools. And I did switch between Claude, OpenAI, and so on. The knowledge contained therein, if you're asking the right questions, made it really simple or accessible for me to create this flat work orchestration table that the systems could interface with. So next week, the big challenge is to start doubling down on the content creation engine and mapping all of this in. I am going to be honest, the movement of wrapping myself in AI and really thinking about how to optimally construct my time and my work and the value I create in these systems is a bit head frying, but it's fun. So thank you for watching.